it's Julia. I received a wonderful package from a subscriber. It had this silk ribbon in it and this wonderful piece of upholstery fabric and then some different fibers. And I love the combination of all of them, and I thought I was going to make just a funky necklace. I'm going to hang it from this skeleton key that I've had in my stash for a very long time. So I'm just going to be cutting and just trying to figure out my little design here. I really love both sides of this upholstery fabric, and so I'm using one side for the base, and then I flipped it around and I'm using the more colorful side for just a little piece on the top. Thought it'd be fun just to add some fiber to the bottom of this. Some of this fiber is really fuzzy and some of it is just like regular, 4-ply yarn. But the combination really has a neat look and the colors are just wonderful. As you can see, I'm laying them across and then I'm sewing them acrosswise, just using my free motion foot for this. I do change my mind with this fiber at the bottom. I cut it off and I'm going to add it going vertically, just kind of more like a tassel look at the bottom of this. So that's what I'm doing now. And again, I'm just attaching this with my free motion foot. So I have my feed dogs down and I'm just going over the top of this. I have my darner foot on my machine right now, and it seems to, it hops a little bit more, or it just adjusts more for different layers. So I just really enjoy using it, especially when I have just bulky stuff and like different layers of fabrics on here. Just kind of going around each one of those little circles. And now it's back to my workstation, and I'm going to back this with this piece of felt. So I'm cutting this piece of felt just a little bit bigger than my pendant, and I'm going to attach this with I believe I used just a stitch that looked like a blanket stitch. I didn't show it, but here's what it looks like. And then the back, you can kind of see the stitch. I use this wonderful multicolored thread, and actually I got this with this little package too. It's just a funky thread, and I just love it. And now for the attaching, I have those very large jump rings there, and I got this kit in multiple colors of these jump rings, and it happens to fit around that skeleton key. And so I'm just going to take my pokey tool here and just make some holes in this. I started with 3 holes, but I believe I ended up doing 5 of these jump rings. Just opening these little rings. I'm not a jeweler, so I probably have the wrong tools there. One I know is a needle nose, and then the other one I shouldn't be using for this, but I didn't have another needle nose, so that it worked. And then going to be on doing the same thing with these other jump rings, just poking a hole and just attaching it to this skeleton key. There was a time when I collected these keys, and I still have quite a few of them. I just really enjoy them. Growing up, my bedroom, we lived in a really old farmhouse, and I had a skeleton key for my bedroom door, and I wish I still had it, but I don't, but I've always collected them. And here I am struggling a little bit, but getting that one closed. Another thing I love to collect are just broken necklaces, or just at garage sales or wherever, thrift stores. And I look for the necklaces that have each bead individually, I don't know what they're called, wrapped, or individually have the eye pins in them, so I can easily take them apart and just use pieces of that necklace. And so here I am, just took a piece of that necklace, and now I'm going to open up that center jump ring there and then closing that back up again. It just makes for a really cool little dangle right in the center of that. And now for the cord, I'm going to use some of this ribbon and just going to weed it through the jump rings on the top. And then I'm just going to tie it shut. I have probably about a 30-inch cord here, and that's enough to go over your head comfortably. You don't have to mess with undoing it every time. And that is how simple that was. I just really love it. I love statement pieces like this, just with a pair of jeans and a colorful t-shirt. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Something a little different this week. Here's some pictures at the end. I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.